Hey, bro. Let me see it.
Really, bro?
Yeah, come on. Just right quick.
No, I'm not about to show you my vaccination card.
Tacos con todo.
Oh, are those tacos? You better believe they're tacos.
Let's get taco. Who would have thought they'd have tacos here?
You realize that's probably a Camel ass taco.
Told my wife I wouldn't drink tonight.
Give me one of those famous giant beers I heard so much about.
Once it hits your lips, it's so good. Start the episode already. What are we doing?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Tacos with Beer. I'm Healthy.
And I'm your boy, Phil. And if you are watching us on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button so that way you get notified every time we drop a new episode. Also, if you're listening to us on audio platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Pandora, any of those little nice things you like to listen to, make sure you follow us on there so that way you too can be notified every time we drop a new episode.
And please hit that like button.
Hit that like button.
See, I'm a little out of practice. Kind of fucked it up a little bit.
I know you're like,
We take 1 week off.
I know. You take 1 week off, you just forget how to do it.
Yeah, I know. So much just been happening, man.
I know, man. It's like, we got so many stories that we need to unravel.
There's so much
It's
shit
like,
to unpack.
It's like Christmas, you know? There's so many presents here.
The internet just keeps delivering.
Yes.
Just like everything else. Last week we were talking about that.
Or not last week, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago that we were going to stop. Texas was removing the mask mandate and all that stuff. I kind of feel like the only people that aren't wearing masks anymore are the same people that weren't wearing the masks to begin with.
Yeah. So it's like really nothing's changed. It's just now it's on paper.
Yeah.
Because if you still go to people's Snapchat at night and they're all partying, they have no mask on.
Yeah.
I've seen like a ton of people like on Snapchat, Instagram, and they post their stories from the night before.
Yeah.
And they're all at the bars at the club, and it's like, oh, I guess there is no pandemic. As in Moneybagg Joe would say, it's a bandemic. All them stimulus checks.
He's out there telling everybody, hey, baby girl, go check your bank account.
Baby, I left something in there for you.
Dude, I swear, so just the other day, me and my girl, we went to Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah. And
everybody's masked up, in there. And the only people I would see was just like a random guy not wearing a mask, and he's walking around all hard like.
Does that make you hard now? Like if you're not wearing the mask, does that make you like, oh, you're such a badass, bro?
Dude, for real, dude. He's like, oh, you sheeple.
You sheeple.
Yeah, dude. Like they just walk around all like, I can't believe you're wearing a mask.
Take back your freedom, people.
Yeah, but that's another thing. Like I said, it's like I wouldn't want to confront anybody anyways. If you don't want to wear it, then don't fucking wear it. I don't give a shit.
Exactly. It's like I don't really care now because I catch myself. I'm not gonna lie. Like I wear my mask, but I catch myself half the time. The mask is below my chin.
Exactly.
So I'm just kind of like, I don't care. It just. I guess we just.
A lot of the times it's like you're walking and moving and like your mask just comes down to your
you're
nose.
Just kind of like fuck it.
And you're like you forget about it because you're busy doing whatever the hell you're doing, and then. I guess you can slip it back up if you want or whatever. But, it's just, I just think that's hilarious, with all the people being so like, oh,
yeah.
So
I think it's kind of died down a lot
angry.
now lately. Now, Moneybagg Joe said that, he's thinking about July 4th, we can start, continuing on with our lives with the having parties and the outside. And I'm like, what the fuck have we been doing that? Where you been? You late. We've been having parties.
Yeah, because I think by July
4th.
Yeah, okay, so around that time, I think they want to have about 300 people vaccinated.
No, they're
300 million.
No, they want to have the whole entire United States.
Well,
vaccinated.
300 million people is pretty much the whole United States. I think we have 330 million.
I lost
people.
count.
Yeah, I think it's only 330 million people.
Well, how did they count the census? Is that how they count everybody?
Yeah, the census. Yeah,
they kept knocking on my door. I'm like, bro, just put three. Three people
Did you
here.
put a number out there?
I just go out there, but like 3.
Yeah,
worse than Jehovah's Witness, bro.
Dude, did you see that? That lady in Galveston?
Yes.
Right after they removed the mask mandate, she was at the bank and she wasn't wearing a mask, and they were asking her, "Please wear a mask," and she was like, "I'm not wearing a mask." And so she wasn't going to wear a mask, and they asked her, and she's like, you know what? Fuck Bank of America. I'm taking my money out. And they're like, well, you can take your money out when you put on a mask, and you can come back. And she kept refusing. So they called the cops, and the cops showed up. They arrested this lady, because she refused to wear a mask. And, I was saying, if there's something you believe in, just fucking make sure that you can.
Be like Nike, just do it.
Just do it, man.
Well, I mean, I thought Governor Hot Wheels was like, I thought he said that there were going to be no punishment for the mask mandate.
Yeah.
That's what Governor Hot Wheels said.
It's not about. It's not
Come
about.
on, Apostle, get a hold of yourself.
It's not. It's not about what he
I'm
says.
laughing because you're laughing.
It's well, you just dropped this on me. I'm like, I've never heard that before. That's hilarious. But it's up to the business. That's
Yeah.
what he said. He left it up to the business. So
I mean,
the business was saying you have to have one. If they make big enough noise, then I guess they call the cops.
I mean, it's
that
Bank of
lady was
America.
like, I hope somebody's recording. The cops like, bro, I got a body cam. I'm recording you. She starts saying some shit to some other lady, and the cop's like, "Are you trying to speak in Spanish?" And she was like, "Yeah, I speak Spanish." I was like, "Bitch, that was gibberish. I don't know what the fuck you said."
Oh my God.
But yeah, dude, people are, it's like this lady. It's just seeing all these viral videos of people with their masks. It's fucking funny, man.
Yeah.
It's funny. And then, it's like, I think that other Mexican restaurant that right after they kept the mask mandate, they were like threatening to call ICE on them.
I'm like, dang, bro.
I'm like, dude, chill the fuck out, bro.
He was all like, I'm telling you, bro, as soon as, Governor Abbott just like, no more masks, and then motherfuckers just took that to an extreme.
You ever watch Pulp Fiction? That movie?
Yeah.
You think one of them white dudes popped in there, Mexicans out of the kitchen,
Right?
Yeah, man. But I'm telling you, it's crazy with all this. You can wear it, you don't have to wear it. At the end of the day, do whatever you want.
To be honest,
do.
like I said back in the previous episode, I think it was more of a distraction to get off of the whole ERCOT thing, the whole electric grid, all that stuff. So he was all like, when he was making that announcement, I was like, you already know what it was. It was just kind of to veer people because...
You know what? If you really want to talk about all that whole power grid shit, I think all our power grids are fucked anyway. So, so we're like one big ass storm of some shit to fuck everything up for this whole country. Maybe we should look at that whole thing as a whole,
right? Somebody needs to look into that,
dude. And have you been following this whole fucking Prince Harry lizard people, the royal family?
Bro, Prince Philip, man, that boy, they said Jesus Jesus been trying to call that fool home.
I've seen some pictures. I've seen some pictures of the dude going home in his car.
Yeah,
bro,
he looks like he's ready to go.
He looks rough.
No, he looks like Jesus is trying to call him home, but he ain't trying to go yet. It's like, bro, you should have been gone a long time ago.
I mean, I don't really understand the whole fascination of people's fascination with the royal family. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just like the head of state. They don't really have any political power or anything like that.
I think it's just more of history than anything. Because, it's the monarchy, kings, queens, Game of Thrones type shit.
Yeah, which is, it's kind of weird, right? Because at this day and age, like, what?
Yeah.
But then again, I mean, like, we have dictators, right? Like, I mean, you look at China. It's
but the European, over there on the other side, like, they're very highly involved in their, the king, queen. I mean, with queens and stuff like that. So it's kind of like they love the royal family.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like the British people, they love the royal family. So when all this story came out, like, there's people like some on Fox Business. I forgot what that guy's name. He was kind of like very upset that Meghan and they were coming out like throwing their, airing out their laundry.
Yeah.
They were like really upset that they did that. I'm like, yeah, the British people were, but us Americans, we love gossip. We love that too. We're like, oh, tell us. Yeah. Tell us all. Tell it all.
There's something about watching a bunch of millionaires complain about being, oppressed.
Broke.
To a billionaire.
Right?
I get it. I know what you're going through.
Someone said, damn, this is so much. Somebody wrote, damn, this is so much tea. This is more tea than the fucking Boston Tea Party.
They were throwing a lot of shade. I know that she was saying that at some point one of the family members complained to them about saying like their son, they were worried about Archie, like what color he's gonna come out. I'm like, damn.
Right? That's what they said, but a lot of people are calling Meghan like a narcissist, like her sister,
yeah,
and her mother. Like they're all kind of like, Meghan is a lot of people love her. They're like, oh, she's so sweet, but like the people closest to her, they're like, yeah, she kind of crazy. I kind of see it too. I know. I kind of see like to me personally, I think she is kind of deep down crazy.
What is she like? She used to be an actress. She's
She used to be an actress.
Failed actress
Yeah.
now. Or
she was trying to say, like how bad it was. You're locked up. We don't really know. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of he say, she say stuff.
Right.
And to me, it's like, look, lady, you're about to be a princess, or you're about to be a duchess, or you're living in the royal fucking kingdom. What'd you think it was gonna be? Like,
yeah.
I think from what I heard was the first time Prince Henry told Meghan, hey, you're gonna meet my grandmother, you're gonna meet the queen. She goes, oh, okay. And he's all like, do you know how to court, like, is it courtsy or courts?
Do you know how to court?
Yeah, like
courting.
Courting.
Yeah.
He goes, do you know how to court? And she's all like, no. He's like, okay, well, he brought somebody in the fucking car to teach her how to court before he met her grandmother.
Oh, right.
And
yeah, because that's super important.
Yeah, and
right?
they're like, oh, I thought that was something y'all did like into the public. I didn't know if y'all were doing that. I don't know y'all did that behind closed doors. I thought that was something like for the public to see. And it's like, bitch, that should have just told you right then and there what kind of family you about to walk into.
Yeah, I did. I watched the first season of
The Crown.
The Crown on Netflix, and it's actually really good. But it was like the first season, one of the brothers, I'm not exactly sure like all the names to all those people, because it's like set in like the 50s or the 60s, I believe.
Yeah.
And he steps down from the crown, and it's like it's basically what happened with Harry. What's happening now,
Yeah.
And like they hate him, they don't like him because it forces his brother to step up and be the king. And his mother didn't want this other guy to be the king. He wanted him to be the king, and he didn't want it. So he gave up the crown and moved to America.
Dang, he busted a Jon Snow.
He left.
He didn't want it?
Yeah, he didn't want it, but it's just kind of like what's playing out. And I believe Prince Harry himself said that, or whatever. He's no longer a prince, right? Because he gave that up.
He gave it. Well, but even then, he would have never been other than a prince, anyways.
Oh, okay.
Because you've already have you have the queen, and when she dies, then you have, I think, William will step up and be the king.
Mm-hmm.
And then if something ever happened to him,
it's going to be his son.
It's going to be his son.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it would never get to,
Right.
Harry.
So like the royal family out there it's huge, right?
Yeah.
Just because, I know they do have a lot of influence on politics, even though they don't actually control any of it.
Yeah.
They do have a lot of influence, And then I think what a lot of people,
the prime minister
kind of have issue with is like, even like the way, when they balance their budgets and all that, they have to, like when the government balances their budgets every year, they allocate money for the family, for them, which is like their yearly.
Yeah.
So it's like, because, it's like you said, they're really important. They have to, I guess, show face for everybody. And they represent, like 54 nations or something like that.
I mean, they're the king. It's the monarchy,
Yeah, which is still crazy, bro. Like, man, it kind of blows my mind a little bit. Yeah. Looking at all that fucking incest fam. No, I'm just kidding.
All them Targaryens in there and shit.
Yeah, dude, because it's right. Because I mean, back then it was like you needed to keep the blood pure, so they would like marry siblings and things like that
Cousins,
together.
They were married like distant cousins from each other.
Yeah, to keep the blood pure.
Yeah,
it's like what the fuck?
It's the blood of the dragon, bro. We did not learn anything.
Those fucking lizard people.
That was the instruction manual.
Dude, the memes and all the shit that came out of it. Oh my god, it's had me rolling, man.
Yes,
all the stuff where all the shit about the lizard people. I'm like, oh my god, this is great.
I think it's more funny when stuff like this comes out, like hot topics like this, because when you go to Twitter, it's like lit. It's lit as hell. I've seen this one that said that when Meghan was coming out, talking about like how it was at the royal family. Then they started talking about Henry. Then they started talking about like Princess Diana, where everything she said and everything she went through.
Right.
Basically, it was the same thing. And then there was a meme or a video on Twitter, and it showed like an old lady running, and like a ghost was behind her. And they're like, "Look, this is Princess Diana with the queen in the middle in the palace."
Dude, yeah, I did see like some shit where it's like Meghan should really stay away from things like this, and it's like the bridge where Princess Diana died.
Yeah,
because what's up with that whole conspiracy theory about that they killed her? They killed Princess Diana. I kind of did look up a little bit on this, and then like one of the things that came up was that black dress, right? Because remember that the black dress thing that she wore. I mean, the black dress she wore after a documentary came out about her husband talking about how he cheated on her.
Yeah,
and so
well,
she was like really fucking mad about that.
Yeah, he was right now. He's with the mistress, Camilla. I think that's her name.
Yeah.
Camilla, something like that. No, Kamala's the vice president. Camilla is the mistress, and that's who he's still currently married to right now. So she's in there. So yeah, I mean, but she comes from a family. If you look up her history, bro, one of her ancestors was the mistress to King Henry IV.
What?
Yeah.
Wow, dude, that's fucking crazy.
I know. Say, that whole area is crazy.
Yeah.
So Megan should have knew what she was getting herself into. It's kind of like, when you're dating a girl and you start seeing their family for the first time and you see how crazy they are, and you're just kind of like, do I really want to be a part of this?
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't really blame Megan.
But I think at the end of the day, she forced what's his name is like, hey, bitch, you want to be with me?
Yeah.
We're gonna dip out of this.
Yeah. I can kind of see her like in the bedroom because she said she was locked up for like 4 months. She couldn't go outside because the tabloids were really hot on her. And I could just see her right now. She was laying in bed telling Henry, like, look, I'm going to take our baby and I'm going to go. Either you're going to pay me child support or you coming with me. And he's all like, man, well, I ain't got that much money, so I guess I'm just going to go ahead and go with you. I mean, I'm never going to be a king anyway, so unless he does like Scar on the Lion King.
It's like he's, unfortunately for him, he has to survive with only a little bit of the millions that he was left by his mom, for the rest of his life. So, you and I could totally relate to that because it's got to be so difficult, Poor guy. But, at least somebody left us a little bit of money, right? Because the stimulus hits.
Woo, Moneybagg Joe. That's my president. That's not my president.
Hey, he promised everybody that he would get the 1,400, and he delivered the thing, right?
Yeah,
everybody got there.
I mean, Trump was trying to do that first, but he had some more stipulations in that contract. That's why they were like, no, we're not gonna do that. Because I think Trump, when he first said, yeah, let's give American people 1,400, I think there was more in that contract than.
Well, like the one that we got back a couple months back was the $600, and they're like, that's not enough. So now you got an extra $1,400. But on top of that, they extended unemployment till September the 6th with an extra $300 per week. So
I feel like Trump was like our daddy, and we are like, Dad, can I borrow $1,400? He's like, nah, here's $600. All right, well, I'm gonna go to Uncle Joe. Uncle Joe, can I borrow $1,400? Yeah, but I got you right here. That's what I feel like.
Let me bring out the stacks.
It's a pandemic, baby. It's a pandemic.
Yeah, dude, but I don't know. You see, I get some people they do need that, the extended unemployment. But I know a bunch of people that are just going to, sit around, and it's like they basically got an extra free 6 months now to stay home. And it makes it harder, for all these other businesses to go back to 100% because they don't have the staff. And see, that was another thing that they were running into. A lot of these restaurants, they can go back to 100%, but nobody wants to come back to work. Yeah. Why? When you're making $850 a week to stay home?
I think
till September 6th.
But I heard that we're little by little, we might have to pay that money back. I mean, there's no such thing as free money.
There is no such thing as free money.
You know what I'm saying? Even Moneybagg Joe is like, don't
worry. You can have it up front.
You can have it up front, but you have to pay it all back
in the back.
Yeah, that's why if you get it, just do like normal people and invest in the stock market and triple it up. Or you could do it like the people I know. You take that $1,400, get some baking soda, and turn it into $10,000.
Bro, some people got $7,000.
All them damn kids, bro.
I know you can say
kids.
You can say that sounds like a lot of money, but I guess having them kids that still costs a lot of money.
Groceries.
Hey guys, we're taking a break to talk to you about Anchor. Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. Me and Phil did it. You can too. And the best part, it's free. Anchor hosts our podcast. And I don't know if you noticed, but we didn't start sounding great until we switched to Anchor. They have creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast. And honestly, the best part is Anchor will distribute your podcast on everything: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And you can make money, guys. Trust me, Anchor is everything you need. Anchor. Bro, so just this last week we had the Grammys, and there was a couple. I don't even think. I mean, did you watch them?
No.
Did you watch any of it? You didn't watch any of it?
Nope.
I didn't watch any of it.
Us and what?
I mean, I did see. I've watched some clips now just because of all the shit that's come after it, you know. And I was like, this is really. It's kind of interesting to see all these people bicker and fight and get into this shit about the Grammys. And there's a particular. What is it? Performance that everybody's been talking about.
What performance is that?
I wonder which one it was. Do you guys know what it is? It wasn't about the one that they said it was pornographic in nature.
That WAP.
It's the WAP, bro. Dude, that WAP won't go away because she don't cook, she don't clean.
Yeah.
That's honestly like one of the only long lines now that I remember from that song. That's it.
I don't cook, I don't clean.
Yeah. But dude, I feel like a lot of people didn't give a shit about the Grammys, and just recently, like more and more award shows are kind of just falling off, because in like recent past years, like for instance, if you look at like movie awards, it's turned into like this piss show of these actors that are like, they're all activists, and it's all like they're so woke and fuck President Trump and this and that. And I think that turned off a lot of people too.
Yeah,
where it's like
we don't have we don't want
to
to hear politics all the fucking time.
Yeah, it is like now the Grammys is turned into a whole political thing, right? Because these two women got into it with their WAP. So it was Cadence Owens and Cardi B have been like, I know you've known about this for a while, that they've been like arguing back and forth. And then recently they got into a huge Twitter battle, where they're arguing about about the performance, because Cadence went on Fox News and pretty much bashed the shit out of the performance and said that it's disgusting, that it's what it's showing to young black women, that's not women empowerment, that's just dirty. And so she just bashed it, the whole thing. And then Cardi B came back at her on Twitter saying, she's like, thanks, now we finally got on Fox News, and
it's like, not in a good way.
Like
we get it,
not in a good way,
like we get it, like and they say any publicity is good publicity, whether it's good or bad. You're still getting your name out there, but still, it's kind of like, I've known about Candace Owens and Cardi B ever since the election. When she tried to get on there and get with Joe Biden, and
who, Cadence? Are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about Cardi B. Like Cardi B, when she was like, saying like, oh well, why she did an interview with Joe Biden, and then that whole, if you ever watch that interview, it's stupid. It's hilarious.
It is hilarious.
Because it's like, okay, I get it, but you're really uneducated to be on any kind of political platform. Like I wouldn't even be on a political platform.
I wouldn't.
I would stay awake. It's just like one of those. It's like, look, we get it. You're gonna be on TV, but don't just get on TV and make a fool of yourself. Because I feel like that's what the whole idea was to get her, just because she's an influencer and she influences all these people, like all these kids who really don't know anything, who just goes off of what celebrities say, especially when it comes to politics. And it's funny because Candace Owens had called Cardi B out, like, how are you going to get on there and say, I want to lower taxes, but I want free healthcare? She's like, where the fuck does that make sense? Like, there's got to be a balance. You can't say lower my taxes, but also give me free healthcare. That's like, what?
Dude, that whole, I did a deep dive on this whole thing, because I was like, I think this is really funny to me. And I was like, but it's just, what's so funny to me is the fact that Cardi B wants to be so political, right? Like, she's like, oh, I'm all about politics or whatever the fuck she said in her video. And I was just sitting there going like, what the fuck did you just say? She's like, I'm all about the politics. And I was like, wow, okay. She's in there, guys. She's fighting for you.
I think to be honest, like, I get it. She does a lot of stuff for entertainment. She does a lot of stuff for views. Because I get that concept, because I'm like that too. Like, I'll say dumb stuff on purpose to get a reaction or get views. But when it comes to politics, and stuff like that,
and now you're punching at somebody who's really smart. You know,
Yeah.
Candace Owens knows her shit. You know,
Yeah.
she's just sitting there going like, you want to sit here and say that, you know, that they're police are killing and defund this, and she's just coming back and saying a bunch of stuff that I feel like a lot of people on the right don't. I mean, a lot of people on the left don't like, and I think that's the reason why they don't like Candace Owens, because she's a black conservative woman,
Yeah.
you know, and they don't like a lot of the stuff that she has to say because, you know, it's not in the same narrative as what you see on the left, which is like, hey, you need to defund the police and, you know, just all this about the BLM. She's really been against all that. I mean, the first time I ever heard about her was after all the stuff that happened with what was his name?
George Floyd.
George Floyd. Yeah, because she put out a video talking about this guy and all this stuff, all his priors and all the stuff that he had done in his past, you know, and they were like, well, she was saying like, hey, basically this guy, you know, he was known for having a record and he had done time and this and that. And so a lot of people were angry and they were really mad because they were like, hey, this is
Like you're going against our people.
yeah, like you're going against,
You're black and you're going against the black people.
yeah, because that's like this. That's what Cardi B says to her, right? She's like, I don't know what black guy did you so wrong that
Yeah,
you hate your own race.
That
And
you
I'm just
went-
like,
it's
what?
like, because I remember like Cardi B, she was like bashing her, like, oh, that's why you married a white boy, and, you know, because she's married to a white guy.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Candace Owens married to a white guy, and it's kind of like,
She was saying that
She
her
was like-
husband fucked her brother.
yeah,
You know that? They were through that
God.
through that feud. Cardi B reposted a tweet saying that Candace,
Candace,
I keep
Candace.
fucking up her name. It's right in front of me. Candace Owens.
read Alfonso, don't be like Cardi B.
Right? Candace Owens' husband was fucking Owens' brother. And she was like, that's a lie. So now it's turned into, we're going to sue there. She was saying that she was going to sue her for it, you know?
For defamation of character.
We're just for lying. She's like, you can't talk shit about my family and not expect that nothing to come from it. So she's like, I'm going to sue you. And then Cardi's like, I'm going to sue you. You know, she's like, well, I'm going to sue you back. Right.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, wow, this is hilarious.
It
You know,
is. It's
just
funny. It's-
but it's just watching her throw punches and then watching the rants that she comes back with, Candace Owens. I'm just like, bro, she's like demolishing Cardi B. Like she's like going through walls with her. It's like boom, boom,
Like fucking
boom.
Dragon Ball Z.
I'm like, yeah, dude, because all the shit that she says. But you know, this is just coming back to it is like you can't. I'm sure like even us saying this would piss a lot of people off because you know, Cardi B is, you know,
Cardi B don't pay my fucking bills, so I can say what the fuck I want.
yeah,
you
no,
know?
no. But I'm just saying, you know, like if we're not looking at it like because we're saying we're not agreeing with everything that's out there. You know,
I mean, I feel like, okay, so like, you know, on our show, we really kind of just say our own thing. We really don't.
Yeah.
We don't really
I don't
swing
really-
left. We don't swing right. You know, we
Yeah.
don't care. We just
It's like
call
we're
it what
like-
we see it.
Yeah.
we just call it how we see it. And I feel like
try
you
to
know,
go through the middle.
Democrats, you know, the whole party, they did a really good job of getting celebrities to back them up.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because they're smart. They know that celebrities have a lot of influence
right.
on, you know, on people. So
Yeah,
who
and-
better to go with the side with them than to pay celebrities?
Yeah.
Because basically anytime a celebrity mentions politics, people don't know this, but anytime that celebrities are, you know, getting involved with politics, it's kind of like an endorsement. So, you know, same thing with, you know,
it really is.
in the sports entertainment. You know, the government pays for the sports world for the players to come out during the national anthem.
Right.
You know, people don't know that, but that's what it all started. Because back in 2017, you know, we're not 2017, 2007 or 2008. You know, if people go back that far, we'll realize that the national anthem was sang without even any players on the field first. And I think it was to show more patriotic, to be more patriot, and for the military. So they pay, you know, the sports for people to come out. So I feel like same thing with celebrities. It's like Democrats are like endorsing these people to kind of say, hey, you know, side with us.
You know, and it's like it just seems really really dumb and really tricky, you know, because now you're getting people that don't necessarily know anything about politics or don't pay attention, and it's like, yeah, you are going to get more people to come out and vote, which that is important, right? You want to get everybody to come out and vote, but you want to be at least educated, like educate yourself so that you know what you're voting for and exactly what it is that you want, and what do you think which representative is going to be best for what the needs that you have or the values that you have.
Yeah,
you know?
And we live in a world that nobody really educates themselves. They just go off with the next person that says something.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to read anything. I want to sit through TikTok and watch somebody else talk about it.
Yeah.
As you're flipping through.
Yeah, and that's what the party knows.
Yeah, dude, because they've gotten so woke. I'm like,
I mean, Republicans do the same thing too. It's just kind of like they want you to give them. They want to show you the good side of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like your algorithm. They want to show you just show you what they want you to see, and then that's it. They're not going to tell you like everything that they're going against. They just want everything they are, they agree on, and they want you to agree with them.
Yeah, exactly. Well, see, but this is what I'm saying. Like, so like their ratings were like way down, right? So they were down like 54% from other years. So it was only about like, the Grammys. So it was only about like 7 million people watched. That was about it. That's what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't even
the royal family.
Yeah, that was like 17 million people tuned in to watch that interview that Oprah had with them. You know, so, but another thing that I saw that came out, which, the woke culture, is that Bill Burr was, he handed out an award for a Latino artist who won a Grammy, but he butchered the name, and he's up there and he's like, I'm sorry. And he's like, I know they're going to be coming after me going like, oh, what's this white male doing trying to give an award to a Latina woman? He can't even pronounce it. And sure enough, you know what happened? They came after him because of that.
Yeah.
Exactly the same thing that he was saying on stage. And I'm just like, okay, so you're okay with him. I mean, you're mad about him messing up a name, but the whole thing with the WAP video, because I did watch it. I'm like, damn, it's pretty out there.
Yeah.
It is pretty wild.
Like,
it's kind of wild, man.
It's crazy because it's the world that we
fake
live
outrage.
in. Yeah, it's weird because it's like you want to bash. Even if we want to go further, we talk about them canceling Pepe Le Pew.
Oh my God, yeah, that's another one.
You cancel a cartoon character who's basically, they're saying, well, he's
he's forcing himself
on the same woman for the longest time. That's just like marriage, Fuck. I mean, there's no different than being married. You're forcing yourself on the same woman that don't want you. Where's the lie? Tell me.
There's a legal contract in place, so
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You can't go.
So it's kind of like you want to get upset about a cartoon, but then you want to say, okay, seeing two women go at it on national TV, that's okay. Yeah. It's like, what?
Yeah.
This world is so hypocritical.
Bro. It is
this world is so hypocritical. And you know what's crazy? It's more of the younger the younger generation.
Yeah,
that they really don't understand that.
I feel that that is the case for what you're saying about it being like the younger kids. I really do think it is like the younger kids. It's like they kind of grew up behind screens, and now it's really easy. You're finding out that it's really easy to take shots and do all these things, because you're behind a screen and nobody's there to actually face you or say anything directly to you. But, like the way you and I are talking right now, if it was like two people on TV and arguing, it would be a whole lot different than them two going at it in a Twitter feed. Yeah. I mean, on a Twitter feud. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you mean because like you say, you're behind the screen, so there's really no consequences, other than there's like a real fight would break out, so you can say whatever you want.
I mean, like, so is this like what's been created with the participation trophies or what? Mm-hmm. Where it's like,
I say what I want, do what I want, I'm gonna still get the same award.
Yeah, so it's like now we've created this whole culture of everybody's like, oh, I'm offended. My friend Ron was talking to me. He's like, how they have a Deadpool where it's like there's a betting thing where you bet on who's gonna die next, right? It's the Deadpool. He's like, we should start a cancel pool. He's like, where we start a pool on where do we who gets canceled next or what gets canceled next.
They try to cancel Eminem.
Dude,
the Gen Z tried to cancel Eminem a while,
dude, do
like
you
a couple
not know
weeks ago.
That the government tried to cancel that, dude?
The problem is this is how I figure out there's the trick. You can't really be canceled if you don't give a shit.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
That's the trick. That's the secret. You can't be canceled if you don't give a shit. And Eminem has been giving us that blueprint since the 90s. You can't cancel him.
He spent
if you don't give a shit.
so many years in court arguing, because I think they were coming after him saying like, oh, all the words that you're saying, you're inciting people to go out and kill or beat their wives and this and that. And he's like, first of all, he's like, I'm just rapping. I'm making music. I'm not telling anybody to do anything. And you should know that this is just entertainment. It's freedom of speech. I can say whatever the hell I want, So he went to Congress and told them to go fuck themselves. And he spent years arguing
about. He did a song
about
called White America. Basically telling Congress, go fuck y'all.
Yeah. So it's like, I thought that was hilarious that they're trying to come after him over that song that he did with Beyonce, right?
No,
I'm
Rihanna.
sorry, with Rihanna.
Yeah.
Where it's
Monster.
like, he's like, you're going to just lay there and watch me burn or something like that.
It's a song about domestic violence. And they're
So how did that come up anyways?
Some 14-year-old girl was on TikTok and they were like, I think the cancel culture, they just kind of like, well, let's cancel them because I think it's more about views and trending stuff than it is the actual cancel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They really don't care whose career they hurt as long as they're trending, as long as they're getting views. It really doesn't matter what their consequences were for their actions, So I feel like they were going through it. And I guess somebody stumbled across Eminem's Rihanna. She was 14 and she was all like, let's cancel him. And they're like, bitch, are you serious? Like, have you not heard his first album?
Yeah.
Have you not heard this?
I know, dude.
He literally got a song. His album cover is literally him and his daughter and his dead baby mama in the backseat in the trunk. That's his album cover. And you want to sit there and cry over a domestic violence, over just an awareness of domestic violence song?
I know. And see, then the thing that bothers me the most is like the media panders to these kids so much, and it's like it's all over the news, and it's like
because you know why?
Their feelings are hurt.
You know
oh
why?
My God, we should help them.
Numbers.
Oh yeah, of course, dude. This is why we miss Trump. You know, it's like this dude in office, he's boring. I mean, like,
do something.
Cuss.
Say a curse word. Do something.
Yeah, dude. It's like I feel like they don't even want him to say anything.
I know. They be people. People have been.
Like no questions, nothing.
Yeah,
I'm
people
like,
been
what?
calling him names, groping Joe, and it's like say something.
Yeah, I know. He's just like you're just like, hey.
So
you poke him, do something.
See, I like it, because when Trump said fake news, that became everything to everybody.
Yeah,
fake news.
But I feel like that's
news.
just seeing now that he's gone, it's kind of died out too, right? Where it's
boring.
like, man, now it just doesn't even hold the same value.
You know what?
It's not exciting.
It's like women. We're like women. We want that drama. We need that drama.
Yeah, dude. But it's all the cancel culture is coming after everything, everyone. It's like you can't even. You can't say anything that might hurt somebody's feelings. No, I'm saying I definitely will. I don't give a shit, but it's like you were saying about TikTok, right? So I was watching like there's a trend that they were like pretending to be in Auschwitz, which is in Germany, where they held all the Jews that were sent to gas chambers and like pretending to be them or whatever. And I'm just like, that's cringy, dude.
Yeah.
Like that's just
it's crazy that what people do for views and just to go viral.
Yeah.
It's not all that. It's not what people think just because you see your numbers. Hell, if you want to see your numbers, go buy some bots. Go see your numbers go up that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Go watch it go whoop, and then it's still not gonna do shit for you anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but yeah, and especially because it's everything now is turned into what's trending. What's trending? What's the next trending video?
What's the next wave? What can we do to It's gotten really.
I think maybe it's gotten
really out of hand.
Yeah, like the whole bullying thing, cyberbullying, and this is probably gonna piss somebody off or something, but that's just so. I feel like if you turn that off, it doesn't exist.
Morgan Freeman did a interview on CNN, and I think on nighttime or something like that.
Yeah,
I think it's what's or 60 Seconds, and he asked him. He goes. How do you feel about Black History Month? And Morgan Freeman says, I don't want one. He goes, why not? And he goes, well, let me ask you a question. Do you want a White History Month? He's like, well, I'm Jew. He goes, okay, well, do you want a Jew History Month? He's like, no. He's like, why not? Because I don't either. Why give us Black history is American history. It should be all year round. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And why give us the month that's the shortest month of the year?
Yeah.
And then he got on CNN and said the same thing. Like the CNN anchor, he's black, And he was all like, do you think there's a big, outrage of black America and blah, blah. He's like, Morgan Freeman said, no. You guys said, why not? He goes, we're living examples. You have your own TV show. You have your own show on CNN. You're black. I'm an actor. I'm black. We're examples. And the guy kind of just stopped and on CNN, he kind of thought about it. He's like, yeah, you're right. Like, he goes, man, and he leaned in, he told Morgan Freeman, man, I'm tired of talking about this. It's like they make me talk about this. It's like word vomit. I don't want to talk about this anymore. And Morgan Freeman says, it only exists because we allow it to exist.
Hey guys, we're taking a break to talk to you about Anchor. Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. Me and Phil did it. You can too. And the best part, it's free. Anchor hosts our podcast. And I don't know if you noticed, but we didn't start sounding great until we switched to Anchor. They have creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast. And honestly, the best part is Anchor will distribute your podcast on everything: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And you can make money, guys. Trust me, Anchor is everything you need. Anchor. Anchor. Anchor.
You're crazy, man. You're crazy.
The fuck is that?
All right, guys. Now it's time for some What the Fuck Is That? With Alfonso. Now, these stories may sound weird and like not true, and we're just making shit up, but oh no. No. They're real. And what do we got today, Alfonso?
Might not be American real, but somewhere around the world real. All right, so a pastor who heals people by farting on their faces claim he farts the Holy Spirit.
Jesus
Amen,
Christ.
brother.
Bro, what church is this?
So the pastor goes by
I heard it all now. Shit.
The pastor goes by the name of Chris Penelope, a self-proclaimed man of God. Pastor Penelope was photographed sitting on his church members' faces and allegedly farting on them.
Jesus Christ.
Is that what he says? Turns around and just...
Jesus Christ.
The pastor claims to heal people by farting on their heads and nostrils in order to release the Holy Spirit to its members.
Hell no, bro. Hell no.
Dude, you know, I'm not gonna go out there and say that I'm a super religious person, because I'm not. I'm not religious at all. But you know, some of the funny things that you see with like people that just want to believe something so badly, and you get this guy with just something that's so ridiculous like this, where it's like,
how many members does he have in his church? Does it say? Because those people are weird.
Dude, it gets weirder. Trust me. He's like, he states that the farts are anointed and instantly perform miracles. Earlier this year, it was reported that dozens of businesses, people were all over the church, patiently waiting to receive the holy fart on their mouths.
Gross.
So they could help their businesses prosper and hopefully become rich.
Yeah. Nope.
They say long lines are there for the day as people line up to receive their blessings through his anointed carbon monoxide germinating from his butt, which is believed to be a special bowl of wealth and great things.
Bro, how many times does he fart? Like, has that even physically possible?
Okay, so I have a couple questions.
Go ahead.
What is he eating? Which is to get so gassy.
Probably beans.
Vitamin B, pedo.
Can you imagine that? That guy, somebody's like having problems and they're like, I don't want to be gay. Fart on me, sir, and he farts on him. He's just like,
I'm not gay no more. I am delivered.
Yeah, dude. So this guy is huge, bro. He's huge. So some businesses wait 2 months queuing for this man to fart on their nostrils so that they may start winning tenders again. Most of the people pay a lot.
Had your kids, had your wife, and had your husband because
they pay a lot to collect the farting aroma. Okay, so people pay to collect the farting aroma in containers to always smell when they attend business meetings and deals. An ex-member testified, people and members of the church have also agreed, praising the pastor for being the reason behind his members' expensive cars and houses. So it's working for a lot of these people. They're getting rich. They're getting new homes, new cars. So he's got some kind of effect that he's actually working. He's healing people through his asshole.
I don't like men no more. I said I like women.
Yeah, this is so fucking outrageous, man.
Yeah.
I'm
Nope,
like,
not
bro,
for me. That would
you
make
know,
me.
I really do
Wish you got farted on?
No, that this shit was fake and it was like, but it's just, this is how some people, bro, the sheeple. Some people are like, they want to believe everything, as outrageous as it is, Oh my God. This reminds me, have you seen those videos of like doing the exorcisms or whatever?
Yeah.
Like where he's like, you see like a pastor pretending to like fake fuck some lady, like fuck a demon out of her or some shit.
No, I've not seen that.
Like he's like thrusting because she had like a demon in her vagina because she was whoring around too much. So there was a demon there that he was trying to remove. And just watching that, I was like, this cannot be real, man. And like the lady's like convulsing and, I kind of feel like when you're in a situation like this.
There's cameras on you.
And there's a camera. I kind of feel like you have this like, okay, this is my time.
It's about to be my 15 minutes,
like,
bro.
I'm about to blow the fucking roof off this motherfucker with my fucking demon coming off my vagina.
It's about to go down.
I don't remember what the name of this guy was, but I want to say it was like in the late 80s, maybe early 90s. He was a pastor, and like they would bring members of the families. Like they'd have a ton of people, and then he would like
hit him with a jacket.
No, he would pick somebody out of the crowd, and then he would tell them things like, "Oh, I know you're waiting for this." And
he was a prophet.
Yeah, he was basically a prophet, right?
Yeah,
or
prophet.
like somebody who would like know things.
Prophesying.
Yeah, sure. We'll go with that. Anyway, so he's hitting people with things like, I know your family member who's really close to you. He's got cancer, and I'm here to tell you that we're going to help heal him. And then the person would be like, oh my God. And, and time again, he would do this. He would go to different places, and everybody was kind of blown away. They're like, holy shit, dude, this guy, he's a miracle worker. Like, how does he know all these things? Well, there was a famous magician who was like, I want to debunk this. And he's like, there's got to be something. So he figured out the whole thing that was going on was, so basically what they would do is all their members, before they came in, they would have you fill out a slip, and say your name, write your address, because that was another thing that he would say. He's like, I know you live in so-and-so, and this
and you're just looking at him like,
Get the fuck out of here.
motherfucker, don't dox me, right? On live television,
right?
No, so he would like have them fill out, and then the reason why they're there, why they need prayers. Okay, so they'd had this whole little collection thing from all their members. So sure enough, this guy came and he investigated, and they were like looking through everything, trying to figure out, because they were like, there's got to be a way that somebody's communicating with him. Yeah. Well, sure enough, they found the frequency, and it was his wife. She was sitting behind the booth, and she would be like, okay, all right, baby, you ready for this? You ready to blow his fucking mind? All right, so this guy in the middle center, he's wearing this color shirt, pick him. His address is, and she would feed him the lines, right. And then the dude would be like, oh my God, and it's like, damn, bro, they were making so much money. Can you imagine the amount of money that they got? Oh yeah, because everybody's like, oh my God, he's got the Holy Spirit, and and to this day, I think it's still around, except that they just mail people things, and
I think to a certain extent, like when you got cameras and stuff on you, like, okay, I can understand if you're like behind closed doors, it's a one-on-one thing, and then somebody like talks to you one-on-one, then yeah, that's different from seeing like a big congregation around you, and then it's kind of like a showtime. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, I've been I've been in a couple of churches, I've seen pastors, who are really legit, have a sincere heart, and they can kind of they can, you not tell them anything. and they just kind of like feed off of you, and they can tell you exactly what's wrong. I've witnessed it myself. I have not said anything to anybody, and it came off, and I believe in some of that stuff. But then again, I've been to some other churches. They're kind of like I remember this one lady. She was trying to tell me like what was going on. I'm just kind of like, lady, I think you got the wrong person.
Dude, you know, like my first experience here, like moving from California to Texas and going out with this girl, right? And she was like, well, if you want to go out with me, you have to come and, you know, you have to come to church with me. She was a Christian Baptist. And I was, you know, just freshly moved here. I was like, oh, this is Texas, the Bible Belt. Okay, I guess this is how you do things, you know? So I was like, okay. So, you know, I grew up Catholic, so I went to Catholic church. Going to a Christian Baptist church, I was kind of like, where the fuck am I? Like, it was insane, dude. Like, there was people that were first of all, every single person in there was singing, which is like something that you don't really see like in Catholic churches. They're more like toned down, more calmed down. People get up and sit down, stand up, sit down, you know? And then I would see people crying. They're singing, crying, like bawling out. And then I would see people like crawling onto the altar. And I was just kind of sitting around going like, what is going on? This is so crazy. Dude, I was like, fucking Texas, dude. I was like, there.
I think I'm gonna go back to California. You're just like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you know, because the job that I was going to was in Burleson, so it was all the way down there.
Oh,
and you know, about 13 years ago, it was a little more. Yeah, so you know, and then it was really crazy because
see, I grew up in a non-denomination, so I know what you're talking about.
So it was just really insane to me because once it was over, it was like every single person was coming up to me like, I've never met you before. My name is this. Really nice to meet you. I was like really overwhelmed. I was like, is this what it's like to... I was like, this is just so crazy. I was like, I've never experienced anything like this, you know, because going to a Catholic church...
Yeah,
people really don't care to talk to you, mess with you. They're just all there to go and listen to the sermon, you know.
It's because that's what their tradition is.
Yeah, and so I was just like pretty overwhelmed. And then, you know, she finally, because she wasn't even, the worst part about it is she played the guitar and the piano for the chorus, you know, for the chorus people. So she wasn't even there with me the whole time. I was there by myself, awkwardly.
Man, that's the worst.
Yeah, I was like, you didn't tell me that you were. Yeah, because I walked.
Because being like, I can testify, you know, hallelujah, that, you know, being, like I said, I grew up in a non-denomination area, so I know what you're talking about. And yes, it is. I think it's because I grew up in it, and that's what I've known. Mm-hmm. And when I used to go to like a Methodist church or a Catholic church, and I see like everybody's quiet, and it's just kind of like, you know, they sing hymns and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh wow, you know, this is kind of like laid back, you know. Oh, you're leaving here. You're leaving.
It's boring,
around,
to be honest.
Yeah, like you're 11:30, you're out. You know what I'm saying? Just like Gary Owens once said, you know, 11:30, we're gone. We had IHOP. You know what I'm saying? But when you go to a non-denomination or a Christian Baptist, boy, you ain't gonna catch the game. You're gonna stay there. It's an all-day thing.
Yeah, and then okay, so you know, freshly moved here. The sermon was about football. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I mean, he was drawing parallels between like how you should behave on the field and how you should, you know, bring that to your life. Yeah. And, you know, at the end of it, he's like, let's pray for the Cowboys and this and that. And I was just like, wow.
Yeah, we love our Cowboys.
I was just kind of like,
Texas is about the 3 F's: faith, family, and football.
Yeah, for real, dude. I was like, all right.
Texas,
yeah, and then I'm telling you, so she wasn't there the whole time with me. So I was sitting next to people, other people I didn't know. It was extremely uncomfortable. At the end, everybody's coming up to me asking like who I am, what I'm doing, and I was like, well, I met this girl, and in order to go out with her on a date,
I had to come over here.
I had to come over here first.
And you know what? Now, like Megan from the royal family, now I'm second guessing myself.
Plot twist. She still didn't go out with me after that. No, because there was an additional step. I had to go out with her parents on a date without her first.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Yeah. Hold on, I gotta find that.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm not kidding with you, bro. I'm telling you. I was like, wait, what? What are you telling me? And she was like, yeah, you know, I really enjoyed you coming out, but so now you're gonna go out with and I was like, so when can you and I actually hang out? You know, because after the church, I was like, hey, so are we about to go get something to eat and hang out or what? she was like, no, I have to do this church thing. And because she was teaching some kids. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, what am I getting myself into? You know, because I'm like, I'm not very religious, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm just like, do I really need to do this to myself?
Yeah.
But anyway, so after that, she had told me that. She was like, you need to go out. Do you think I went out with their parents?
You are fake news.
Do you think I went out with their parents on a date?
no.
Yes, I did.
What?
To Starbucks.
Oh my God. Yeah.
You know how I know you're gay?
All right, let me tell you how this went. And so I'm sitting there, and their thing is like, so what are your intentions with my daughter? What are your career goals? Like, do you want? It was like marriage was thrown around so many times.
She wanted to stick a dildo up my ass.
Marriage, they kept talking about marriage, dude, and I was like, okay. So I'm telling you, I was a young kid, bro. I was like 18, you know. So I was like, oh, okay, you know, I guess I'm trying to go to college, and I was like, what are my intentions? I definitely want to sack her, but I'm not gonna tell you that.
Yeah, right.
Obviously, I was committed because I went to. But you know, I'm like, whoa! All these people are so religious. You know, I really didn't know any better. I'm in Burleson. When you're driving up, you know, 20 going that way, all you see is signs about the church and God.
Of course.
So I'm just like, oh, okay, this is how everything is here in Texas. You know, so I'm like, okay, I get it. I guess I gotta play along. You know. But yeah,
Come on, Megan, play along.
Yeah, that was extremely uncomfortable. Afterwards, you know, like we finally went out, and I was just like, "This is not for me. I'm out. I am out. I'm outie."
It was a good thing you got out because that pastor could have been farting in your face. Well, I appreciate everybody hanging out with us today, guys. Make sure you hit us up on our website, talkerswithbeer.com. Make sure you catch up on the latest episodes. If you are watching us on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that like button because you never know. We may bring some pastors that may fart in your face.
Yeah, dude.
But also, if you're also listening to us on other audio platforms, make sure you follow us on there. So keep
those tacos
keep those
hot
tacos hot and spicy, guys.
and those beers coming. We're
We're
out.
out.
Hey, will you guys let me know if this ever airs?
I hate goodbyes.
Get the hell out of here.
Bye, Felicia.
Think I'll go home now.